Hello, tubers and tubettes. This is David from Northern California. And today I wanted to talk to you about a purchase that I made that I'm really excited about, what I'm going to try to do with it. It's not like I need any more projects, but I think I can probably push this into my polyester resin molding that I'm doing right now. But basically what it is I had some old coins that I gotten from my mother's family in Japan, and they're an oval shaped coin from Japan. They were made from like the 1640s to the 1860s in Japan, and it's kind of like this big, I would say like maybe 2 by an inch and a half, maybe 2 by an inch. They're oval in shape, and I'm going to put a picture of it up there, and they have a hole in the middle of it. And the way I was told is that in those old days, they didn't have like a purse to carry around all these big coins. So they would have on their kimonos a sash, and then hanging off their sash was a leather cord, and they would have a knot at the end of it, and they would just carry their coins on this leather cord. So as you walked into a town as like a samurai guy, people could tell how wealthy you were by how long these coins, these hanging coins were on your sash. So I had 2 of them, and they're very old looking. I think they're at least 150 years old, but maybe even older than that. And I have started to give some of my stuff that I have, that I've gotten from my family, to my sons. I have 2 sons, and they are very much into Japanese culture. In fact, they just went last weekend down to a Japanese concert with a guy who's very popular in Japan. And what's weird about it, a little weird to me, is that he only he sings everything in Japanese. He doesn't have a strong vocabulary in terms of English. And so they watched the whole concert with all these songs, all in Japanese, and they very, very much enjoyed it. I'm half Japanese, so they're a quarter Japanese, so that they're very, very proud of that culture. I think for my son, who's the streamer, there's so many games that come from Japan, and when we went there in February of 2024, he really enjoyed going there and seeing the Pokemon and everything else that they had going. My other son, he's more interested in how, structured the society is and how their traditions are, and it's just a very orderly society, no crime. And he really, I think, embraced that part of it. So he, from high school, has studied reading, writing, and speaking in Japanese, and he was our interpreter when we went to Japan. It was just the 2 boys and myself. And so I had given them both these coins, which to me, they meant a lot to me. And I was really happy to see that it meant a lot to them, to have these, ancient coins in their hands. And I know both of them have them in special places, so that they can, look at them. And that makes me happy to know that it didn't get lost in a bunch of my other stuff, and then they'd have all this crap to have to deal with if something happened to me. But in looking at eBay, which I'm always on eBay, I'm always checking things out, I found a sign, and the sign is about 25 inches by 15.5 inches, and then I'd say 3 inches wide. So it's kind of like cut out of one big board. Now the sign is the same as the coins. Don't know exactly the age, but probably at least 150 years old. And I bought it from a eBayer in Japan. You would have normally never found this thing. It would have been hard to find it because it was listed under the coins. And it's in the shape of the coin. But this one has been all hand carved out. And it has the name of the coin. And then it also has the family name, the family name in Japanese. And it's believed that it was hanged out on a doorway as a sign for people to understand that when they came into the town, that this family would have done everything like from a currency exchange, not exchange, but currency, breaking down currency, to maybe, I don't know, loans, promissory notes, anything like that that had to do with money, that sign would indicate it to them that this is a place that you would, you would go to have that done. So I was really intrigued with it because I thought initially in the picture that it was a coin, but it looked like a close-up. But no, it's 25 inches tall, 15 and a half inches wide, and a guy in Japan was selling it, and he said it's very old, but he doesn't know how old it was. He knows what the usage was for it, but that was enough for me. I went ahead and ordered it. So I ordered it. It's on its way here. And my plan with this sign, what I hope to do, is because I do a lot of the silicone molding and also polyester resin, my plan is to create a silicone mold of one side of the coin, the one that has a family name on it. And then I'm going to make a polyester resin piece out of it. I'm going to pull that piece out of the silicone mold that I made of the whole coin, and then I'm going to cut out the family crest that they had in there, and I'm going to insert our family name. So our family last name from my mother is Mori, M-O-R-I, and I guess what it means is forest. And symbols, the kanji that makes up forest or Mori, is 3 pine trees. They're supposed to represent 3 pine trees to represent a forest. So one of the pieces that is on the on this sign looks very similar, except it's missing one little dash across it. So I'll be cutting that sign out, probably with a jigsaw, and cutting exactly the sign out, and then I'm going to cut another piece and I'm going to overlay it so that it looks just like the sign for a tree. And then I want to put 3 of them onto a background where it's just going to be the lettering, and then I'm going to adhere them to the piece that I made from the sign. So I'll be cutting out the other one and then placing this one instead, and then I'll be able to make as many. I'll make another silicone mold of it, and then I'll be able to make as many of them as I want. It's kind of tricky because that hole in the middle makes it tough, to do it, but I think I know how to do it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate the whole thing in a solid piece of polyester resin. So it's going to be heavy, heavy like the board would be. And then I'm going to paint it so that it looks like wood, which is a dark color. I may try to experiment with putting some of the color into the polyester resin, but because the resin sets up so fast, like 10 to 15 seconds, that's the working time you have, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to put enough color or the right mix or anything. So it can always be painted. But I'm going to get one, I'm going to paint it, I'm going to put the brass handle in the top of it, and then put it all inside of this epoxy resin that I'm going to make. And then I'm going to be able, hopefully, to give it to my sons, make 2 of them, so they'll have 1 each for Christmas. So the signage, I'm probably going to keep it kind of secret because they could see it and they could see how cool it is, but I think that they're going to really freak out when they see the family name on the other ones. The only thing that's going to be hard for me is that the tree symbol, it's actually a bigger symbol and then slightly smaller on the 2 behind it. So it's like a forest with 3 trees, but the one is big and the 2 other ones are small. That's going to be hard because there's no kind of a shrinkage way of doing it. You have to just take the letters and cut them down, so you still have the letters, but you cut out the center sections of it so you can make it smaller and it still has the correct edging on it. So it's going to be kind of tricky to do, but I'm hoping that within my epoxy resins that I'm going to be doing for like the bat wheels and for the Breaking Bad cork and some of the other things that I'm going to make more of those, try to make as many as I can. I'm hoping that I'll be able to recreate this sign, you know, with my family name on it, and then give one to each one of my sons. I think it's going to blow their mind when they get it on Christmas. So anyway, I just ordered it. It's going to take probably a couple weeks to get here from Japan, and I'll definitely show it to you with a video once I get it, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like right now, some pictures that I have of it as I ordered it on eBay. So anyway, just wanted to tell you about that. That's going to go under my Bat Builder channel so that I can share with you guys some of the things you can do with polyester resins. But this is going to be kind of complex because the lettering is set on a background that looks like carved wood. It looks like big carves inside of wood. So I'm going to have to replicate that too. But I'm hoping that that one symbol is going to be close enough that I'll be able to pull that symbol out, and then I think I can even shrink it. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of putting together, sanding, you know, get the thing filled. So, but I'm excited about it. So thanks for listening, and I'll be inserting that the sign that I'm actually going to buy, and probably a picture of the coin so you can see what I'm going for. Thank you much, and have a great day.